Polo Cologne Intense. Not to get confused with the other green Polo fragrance, Polo Green, this Polo Cologne Intense is the green and silver bottle. Now this fragrance is completely different from that old school pungent fragrance that is Polo Green, but is this fragrance a viable fragrance in 2023? Well, let's find out. Now, let's just get this out of the way. Polo Cologne Intense is not an eau de cologne concentration. It is an eau de parfum concentration. Why they called it Cologne Intense, I'm not really sure. But let's actually talk about the smell of the fragrance. First, this fragrance falls into the category of what we call a green fragrance in the fragrance world, and the notes of this fragrance will explain why. The notes being basil, mint, grapefruit, clary sage, violet leaf, thyme, ambroxan, patchouli, and vetiver. In the beginning of this fragrance, you get the basil, mint, and grapefruit combination that gives you this herby, clean, masculine citrus fragrance that really I'm not a fan of. But as time progresses, it becomes more herby, more earthy, and the citrus begins to fade away, and this fragrance becomes a little bit more clean and a little bit more masculine. Regardless of it smelling more clean and a bit more wearable in my opinion, later on, I still don't believe that this fragrance smells that great. Now, I do think it is a lot more appealing when you actually spray it on your skin. If you smell it in the bottle, in my opinion, it smells completely different on my skin at least. So this is definitely one I suggest that you spray on your skin before you make the decision of not purchasing it. Now I want to talk about the performance of this fragrance. This fragrance has pretty average performance. I got about 4 to 6 hours of longevity when testing this fragrance, with it leaning more towards the 4 to 5 mark, and the 6-hour mark seeming to be a more rare occasion kind of thing. With the projection of this fragrance, it seemed to be on the moderately weak side, and even in high heat, it didn't really seem to project very strong, so you really don't have to worry about filling a room with this fragrance. In all honesty, the bottle kind of looks pretty lame. Now, this has nothing to do with the review, but it kind of looks like a chess piece to me. And the atomizer has like very little pressure to it, so it sprays in a weird pattern that I was not expecting. But all of that is just cosmetics, and it doesn't really affect the smell of this fragrance. Now, I must say, the best thing about this fragrance is actually the price of this. For a 118 milliliter bottle, I know it's a weird number, but it's just a 4-ounce bottle. Retail price is about $98, so I'm just gonna round up and say it's about $100. That is actually a pretty decent price compared to a lot of other designers. Most designers will sell a 3.4-ounce bottle or a 3.3-ounce bottle for around that $100 to $120 price range. So for this being 4 ounces and $100, that's not bad at all. But it gets even better because on discounters, I've seen it go for as low as around $50. So that's about half the price of the retail stuff. That's an incredible deal. So you're not gonna have any trouble finding refill bottles or replacement bottles of this stuff. Now, if I'm being honest with you guys, I have not had that much experience with the Ralph Lauren brand. I've tried their Ralph Club fragrances and their Polo Blue fragrances, but that's about it. Of course, I know what Polo Green smells like in Polo Red, but I haven't really tested those on my skin. Cologne Intense is going to get an overall score from me of a 5 out of 10. Objectively, this fragrance is good, but I just don't like the smell of it. This is a clean and fresh green fragrance, and it's got some versatility to it, but the smell, again, is not really my thing. In the bottle, it smells pretty off-putting in my opinion, and I don't like the smell as a whole. With that being said, that is my review of Polo Cologne Intense from the brand of Ralph Lauren. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like on this video, and of course, subscribe guys, because I'm getting close to hitting 200 subscribers, and it'd be great to hit that before the end of the month. But if you have any questions or suggestions, guys, remember to leave them down in the comments below. But that's all for now. I will see you guys in the next one.